What's up, you guys? Happy Friday, August the 14th, 2020. I am your party host, Steven Milhausen. Daryl Rivero will be joining me in a few moments. I do promise. He got caught up in something at his full-time job. So we will be joining by Daryl will join us in a few moments. But we are live on YouTube. This is how we're going to do it today. We're going to go on live. But yes, my 14-month-old son says, yes, Dada. This is what we're going to do today. But no, thank you for everyone that is joining us live on YouTube. Thank you for everyone watching the Paige Van Zandt video so far. It's done really well in my eyes. So the YouTube page is still growing, and I really want to focus really on the YouTube channel not because where the money is made, but I think I just need to keep continuously pumping out new content, gain the trust of you guys. Boys, girls, tell your aunts, tell your uncles. So subscribe to the channel, like the video, and then leave your questions and comments and post away. But the Paige Van Zandt video is doing very well. So I want to thank everybody for doing that thus far. A lot to get into in a short amount of time. But I kind of want to, before we get into the big news of the day, I've been getting asked about the AEW spoilers. And there's supposedly spoilers out that reveal a supposed title change between Cody and Brody Lee and 2 new debuts in AEW. Here's what I know as of right now. They're not true. To what extent, I don't know. I asked. That's all I was told. How far that goes beyond that, I'm not exactly sure. Just my whole thing on situations like that is, and don't get me wrong, I love the internet because we're on the internet. We're live right now. You know, the internet's made my life. It helps provide for my family. But I'm not a fan of posting false stuff. No, I don't find it appealing. I think spoilers ruin the fun of watching a wrestling show. If I know what's going on, why do I want to watch? I don't want to watch. To me, it's not fun. I have no pure joy of watching a wrestling show if I already know what's going to happen. That's why when these tape shows happen and spoilers do come out, I don't even bother. Like when they got the thing with Keith Lee and Adam Cole, I stayed away because it would take the joy, at least for me, of watching the match. Why do I want to watch when I already know what's going to happen? That's not fun to me. It's like going to a movie, like when spoilers get released for your favorite movie. You don't want to know what's going to happen. That's not fun. Then you're wasting your money, and combined with wasting your time. There's things in life I'm not fond of. Wasting money and my time. Time and money, very essential, very important. All I know is from what I'm told is they're not true. I don't know how. Maybe I'm getting hoodwinked. I don't know, but a lot of other people are on the same wavelength as I am and apparently talking to the same people that I am. So I don't know at this point. But I'm not a big fan of wrestling spoilers. Hopefully you are not as well. I'm trying to think before Daryl comes on real quickly. I have not watched NXT. For some reason, NXT did not record on my television. So I watched all of Dynamite. Man, that was clunky. In spots. Young Bucks, Dark Order, good. Finish, I was kind of like, yeah, okay. Yeah. Then everyone's raving about the tag title match with Omega and Page and Jurassic Express and another one, clunky. I don't know if it's because you look at Jack Perry and he goes one speed and Luchasaurus is very slow and methodical, and he goes at another speed, and it Perry more jives with Omega and Page to where he doesn't jive as much. They don't jive as much with Luchasaurus, even though Luchasaurus is very talented. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I can't get into that jive at all. Not my cup of tea. And I thought the finish was too clunky. It was too slow. So I was like, okay. And then you get to the main, and the one thing I really liked, I didn't like the women either. The way they're treating the women here, I don't understand. I'm trying to wrap my head around what AEW is doing with this women's division. I don't understand. Why are you doing this to the women? Your women's champion wrestled like a 4-minute match, cut I'm lucky I haven't timed it out, but if that went 1 minute, I would be very surprised. Jericho and Orange Cassidy was the main event. I was liking the main event, and then that finish was, I don't know if it was botched or I don't know what. It wasn't as good as their first match. Orange Cassidy won the match, and then it seemed like, I don't know how you time out a show, and then the pin happens, you're all out of the ring, you get the facial expression, you're off. They hit about 30 seconds after the pinfall. It was enough to get 2 shots, and that was it. I don't think that did Orange Cassidy any favors. Not at all. Not a fan. I just don't understand what the logic was here. They didn't do... It's disheartening because that should have been Orange Cassidy's shining moment. And yet, it's not. Now, we're not talking about Orange Cassidy. We're talking about there's no time left. There was no time left on the show. I would have saved that match for All Out, not for a ratings grab. I think the rating would have done the same with or without it. That's just me. I wonder if they do a rubber match. Why not? Have Cassidy win again. Really establish him. He goes over in a bigger way, and he can go off on his way. Jericho's going to be the same with or without a loss. I liked Cody and Scorpio Sky. There is one thing I did like about Dynamite. It was that. And the match was very good. It's a testament to both guys. I thought both guys came out really well. So kudos to Scorpio Sky. Kudos to Cody. I like what they're doing. What they're doing there, I think, is extremely well done. And good on them. Sorry, guys, I'm looking at my phone here. But no, that was an extremely job well done. I like how they're playing up the cockiness, the ribs. It seems like that Cody's about to get his comeuppance. Oh, you think so too? You're not the only one. I know. How dare Cody? Right? Right, dude? Right? I know. But no, I like what they're doing there. I think it's well done. And you can't go... Maybe he goes heel. I'm thinking I'm okay with that. I am. You gotta go heel Cole. I think he could be I think he's a good heel. He's got that snarky attitude that I'm a real big fan of. Just in general. So, hey, you want to go that route? I'm cool. I don't care. To me, that's fun. But all right, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Because if you do that, that helps us out, helps me out tremendously. So please, oh pretty please, please do that now. There he is. Oh, wow.
What's up?
What is up, man? What a shake. They're joined by the man wearing an Aeropostale. I haven't worn that since I was a freshman in college, and that was in 2000. In the 1999. I take that back. 1999, 2000.
It was a gift.
A gift from who?
A gift from my grandmother. And you know what? It fits.
Now, see, you can't do that to me. I have this warm spot in my heart for old people. How dare you do that to me?
I mean, what can I say? It was the truth.
I'm very mad because I love old people, and you have now really gotten me mad. I'm pretty upset, and I haven't seen you in a minute, and now I'm mad.
It only took me 15 seconds.
I'll give you 20, but we can go with 15. And I'm talking about Dynamite real quick, and I was just waiting for you to come on. And because for some reason, my DVR decided this week not to record NXT. Maybe that was a good thing, seeing what we hearing about Velveteen Dream, but that's for another day and another time.
Yeah.
What did you make of? Did you watch Dynamite?
I did not. I did see the results. I have a DVR, and I was gonna watch it tonight when I got home.
Okay. Yeah, let me know when you think. Because we'll either go on tomorrow or we'll go on Sunday. And I want to get your thoughts just on, and just think about when you're watching Cassidy and Jericho, Omega and Page against Jurassic Express, Cody and Scorpio. Just let me know kind of what you're thinking there.
Well,
because it was
based on what I've seen so far, like results and everything. Wow. Apparently, from what I've seen, Jericho and Cassidy was a great match to watch. And I'm quick. I wasn't the biggest Orange Cassidy guy. And this feud with Jericho is making me more and more of a fan because I'm like, this is great. The debate, that was great. That was great television.
Fantastic.
My
goodness
television.
Gracious.
And then you get a $7,000 match, which is stipulations like that. They give me a reason to watch the match.
Bingo. Give me stakes.
Give me a reason to watch. Like, why is this happening? Like, for example, and I'll get into NXT a little bit just because I want to get your thoughts on this. And it's not something that had to do with last night or Wednesday. Something that had to do last week. How do you feel about the whole Pat McAfee and Adam Cole thing?
I love it. Pat McAfee's fantastic. Oh my God, he is amazing. The reason I love it, because he comes off as that snarky heel that you want to see get his comeuppance.
Yep.
And Adam Cole, I love him as a heel. But right now as a babyface, I think he's a tweener. I'm not going to say he's full-fledged baby, but I'm thinking he's a tweener. You give me some Adam Cole, baby.
Oh yeah.
And McAfee plays the a-hole perfectly. So
easily.
I'm in.
Here's the thing. I remember I shot you a text the day that it happened on his show. I'm like, listen, it's a shoot or work? Because it looked like a shoot. That's how great this angle has been. At first, I was mad. I'm like, why are you putting the former NXT championship without a rematch for no reason? Why are you putting him in what some call a celebrity rivalry? But then the more they build it, I'm excited to see this match. They did a great job in it. And I wanted to get your take on it because I love Pat McAfee. I love his show.
Yeah.
He's a great on-air personality. Fantastic. Has the best wedding story in the world. And I'll tell you more about that later. The wedding story and the...
I've heard. I watched it, and this is not because I work for DAZN and Sporting News. I watch it all the time because when I was working, I would, more often than not, I'd have DAZN on.
Yeah.
And the show would be on starting my day, so I would watch. I was unemployed when they came to terms because they only had a 1-year deal, so they went off on their separate ways. Everything was amicable, and I'll watch here and there when he's got a wrestling guest on. I'll watch the interview. Like he had a good interview with the Undertaker that I thought was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and the thing with Triple H was pretty solid too because it was like on his birthday. And then he was getting married like a couple days later. So I just thought overall, I thought it was funny. But no, it's well done. No, I like it because I think this only helps Adam Cole. It helps the brand. They're doing it for ratings. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Let's just call it like we say. This is why they're doing it. But I like it.
I like it. You're getting, and you mentioned that it's helping Adam Cole. Of course, it's helping him because now you're getting sympathy from the fans. You see this outside personality, Pat McAfee. He hasn't been in the wrestling, aspect of things in forever.
Yeah.
You see him come in, trash talk Adam Cole for the biggest thing that he's not ridiculed, for the biggest thing, his biggest flaw, quote unquote, in the eyes of the old man. And it's just high, like the size. That he's short, that he's small, whatever the case is. He can work his ass off, but he's small. As soon as he mentioned that, I'm like, man, is this work or a shoot? Because they wouldn't do this in live TV. And that's why it's great, because it's getting Adam Cole sympathy from the fans. And now you're giving me a reason to watch him literally kick Pat McAfee's ass at TakeOver. And now I'm excited. So
I love you.
I want to see that. But at the same time, I kind of want to see what Pat McAfee can do. Because they build him up as like, hey, if he kicks you in the head, guess what? You're going lights out, good night.
Exactly. You hit that right on the head. They've already established a finishing move.
Yep.
He punched your ass in the head. See you later, Jack. You're gone. Don't come. But the thing I didn't like was the fact that happened last week. I saw Adam Cole, and Adam Cole was on the show Wednesday. You got to sell that a week at least.
Yeah.
Don't come back until this coming Wednesday. Because then McAfee's there. Then he can attack Pat McAfee. Then you can do the confrontation. TakeOver is next Saturday. But you could have done something. You could have done, maybe they could have put it on Raw. They could have put it on SmackDown. You could have done something on YouTube or for social media. You could have found a way. They didn't do that. So in some ways, I'm a little disappointed in that, but the build-up's been fantastic. And I'm looking forward. That show's going to be awesome. And we'll talk about that more next week, but Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, sign me up.
I still think it's a little early, but
I think we all know where it's going. And I think it's going to be freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
There is one way they keep it going, and I hope it doesn't happen. We'll talk about that off air. We'll talk about that next week. But that show's looking solid for next Saturday. The reason we're doing this podcast on Daryl's lunch break and at 12:53, me and you were talking about this yesterday, and there was a rumor going around. It was circulating that WWE was going to be moving out of the PC and starting to hold shows in arenas. Now, that is officially true. I can't confirm it. WrestleVote's great Twitter account. If you guys don't follow that, follow their Twitter account. They first brought it up. I confirmed, and there's video proof as well as I didn't see this until I sent it to you. Starting next Friday on for SmackDown, going forward, WWE shows will be live. They will be live, not at the Performance Center, but at the Amway Arena in Orlando, Florida. That is where the Hall of Fame was supposed to be this coming year. No, I take that back. When they were for WrestleMania 33, when they were in Orlando, that's where Hall of Fame was. TakeOver was the night after, for the Raw after WrestleMania. They've had Raws and SmackDowns there in the past. Going forward, starting with that SmackDown next Friday night, all shows will be live. SummerSlam will be there. Wow. WWE just, John Alba, wrestling podcast guy and TV reporter out in Orlando, shot some video.
Yep.
Him and the crew, and had trucks pulling into the arena and bringing stuff in, and it is a go. When you heard this, what were you thinking? Because, man, I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, my biggest thing is, like, whenever I see news like that, my first instinct is not to react. It's more to ask questions. I'm like, okay, why are they doing that? What's going to happen? Like, what's next? Because if we've learned anything in the past with WWE, is that there's always something. Whenever there's a big change, something's coming next. Like, what's happening next? Are they gonna allow fans in the stands? We know how Florida works with the whole COVID-19 thing. I've already gone past that. I can see in 2 weeks Vince saying, you know what, we're gonna allow fans for SummerSlam. We're gonna hold, quote unquote, we're gonna put masks on, hold, whatever safety precautions, but we're gonna have fans. There's no way you move an empty stadium from something that can actually be, hey, you got some talent around, you make it like a live crowd noise, that's fine. In a small town, you don't notice that as much. In a small arena, you move it to the Amway Center, like Amway Arena, you're gonna start noticing more and more. Hey, no fans in the stands. I can't hear the developmental talent cheering. I think this might, in my opinion, if they keep no fans, this might hurt the product just because you won't. It makes it more obvious and more glaring that there's no fans to actually react to everything. And the developmental talent that was around for Raw and SmackDown, NXT, it actually helped. Like when you had the smashing of the glass and everything, that actually helped. And tell your kid I said hi, by the way. That actually helped.
I'm on daddy duty right now.
Hey, understandable. I'm on work duty, so I'm like, we're both here.
I'm on daddy duty.
You hear my car and everything turned on over here because it's, 90 degrees out here?
You got a nice hood, by the way. I like your. It's nice.
This? It's a Jeep, baby. Jeep.
You're that guy.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
I'm sorry.
No, but yeah, that's the biggest thing with the WWE. I mean, there's something that we don't know that's coming up, and I can't really react right away until I know what's happening. But that's my biggest fear, that Vince is planning on having fans in the stands, and this is going to be an entirely different story by this time next week.
Here's what I know. What? We got to cry, baby! Ah! But
he wants to be on the show.
There you go. Here's what I know at this point. We'll start with fans. That's a big arena. And I said the name of the arena wrong, and I greatly apologize. It's the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. So I do apologize for that. The Amway Center, not the Amway Arena. Now, there is a plan to have fans. How many? I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do it as soon as SummerSlam. But that arena is big enough to where there is a point to where you can hold fans in there. You can, like what AEW did on Wednesday, they had like about 150 people. I think it holds like 6,000. Kind of really just spaced them out, put them all over, just to get a little bit of a vibe, see how. But they took every precaution, biggest precautions as they can do. They have a lease on the arena. And I don't know how long the lease is. I'm only assuming here, and I'm going to make a projection. I'm assuming this lease is at least through the end of the year. I would think. Okay. Just because who knows because it's the home of the Orlando Magic. And right now the NBA is in the bubble. So I don't know if the NBA is going to continue the bubble. I think but WWE, because the NBA is not going to be starting back up after this season's over, and they're not going to start up till December. So that's going to work out for WWE in that way. They do have a lease with the arena. I just don't know how much it's going to be. Okay. I think it's a good thing because, for one, people that work for the arena and for the venue are going to have jobs. I think that's a good thing. I want to start with that. I know this is usually we crap on WWE. But that's a good thing. Second thing, I think moving out is good for the aesthetics. It's the way it is. It's like, ugh. Yeah. WWE, the AEW shows dwarf anything WWE is doing now. So I think WWE wants to have that perception. Hey, we're in a big arena. This is what we have. Here's what I know they're going to do, and I have this in notes from someone I talked to there. They're going to have, and this is what they're trying. This is from what two people have told me that from WWE. They're going to have 2,500 square feet of LED boards where fans will appear live on the show, hosted by current superstars and guys and girls from the past. Applications to appear on screen will open up next week for fans. I've heard that, but I've also heard they may go do. I like what the NBA has done, and baseball's done, and gone virtual. I've heard that as well. So the first part I know is happening. I feel pretty secure in saying that's happening from the sources I have, but I've also seen like online from some credible people that are thinking about also going virtual.
Okay.
So I'm cool with that. If you want to go virtual, awesome. I'm not a fan of the whole piping in. I don't know how much baseball and NBA and hockey you've watched. I'm not the world's biggest fan of piping in noise. I think that's kind of stupid.
I hate that.
It is stupid. I'm not a fan. But and another way I think this is good, Daryl, is the fact that you're going to have everyone spaced out now. Now everyone's not going to be on top of each other in terms of like the talent and broadcasters and camera people, and now there's some room where everyone can they don't have to be in this little warehouse. Now they can be kind of spread out throughout the day and so on and so forth. But there is concern. They had a big series of positive tests again last week, hence why they taped SmackDown just yesterday, and why it was canceled. The other taping was tonight's show was taped yesterday and not last week. There's still an outbreak going on in that company. I would not have done it in Orlando. I would have tried to go to somewhere not in the state of Florida, but
nope.
What do I know? At this point, it's pretty reckless in Florida right now. It's pretty bad, but this is what they're doing. I think it's going to help the perception. The aesthetics are going to be better. There's a lot of positives, but the negative is the fact that you're still doing these in Florida, and cases in Florida right now for COVID-19 are still going up.
Yep. And I didn't see it in that way where it was more room for people. And that I agree with. Like, it's going to be more room. There's always something else when it comes to Vinnie Mac. There's always something else.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
All right. And with that, we'll end with that thought right there. Daryl, where can the fans find you on the Twitter machine?
On the Twitter machine, I usually have it down here, but with the phone, it's kind of weird. It's DY Boricua. B-O-R.
No, you're good.
There
you're
it
good.
is. There
it is. I hit
Perfect.
the banner.
Right.
That was more important than us. I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
It's not all about you all the time. Gosh.
I need followers, man. Come on. DY Boricua 21. And then on Instagram at the walk, like everything in lower caps, the Walkway to Fight Club. Follow us on Instagram for news and stuff. I will be looking to post the video of the trucks going into the arena shortly after my lunch is over because I don't want to work, but we'll go from there.
No one wants to work. I hear you.
It's Friday, man.
You can find me on Twitter at SMealhausenJR. You can find the podcast on Facebook. Just search the Walkway to Fight Club. You can also, like Daryl also talked about Instagram, it's Walkway to Fight Club, all in lowercase letters, and on the Twitter machine at Walkway Fight. For the handsomest man in the room, Daryl Rivera, I am Stephen Mielhausen. We'll talk to you guys later.